Scholars, welcome back to the Counselor's Office. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor, and we are back into the, not the studio, we're not in the green screen studio, we're back at the desk. You know, I've lost more and more respect for the Destiny community, especially mostly the Bungie community, because I've never seen people try to discredit any kind of criticism and frustration and try to put everything in a bucket. We're talking about Destiny Manager shares pain of facing fan toxicity. What kind of, this right here. DMG, some days are incredibly difficult. Will continue to do my best I can by this community as long as I'm given the opportunity to. Fully understand the frustrations. Happy to hear you out and pass along feedback during the best of times or the rough ones. Know many need to see action. Words are only a piece of the picture until something ships. Much love. And let's look at the pictures. I like the radio silence for months part in endorsing a whole other game while the other one drowns. Respectfully, I hope Marathon gets the Destiny 2 treatment and rest in piss. Yeah, shut your trap. We all know it's just a bunch of bullshit so you guys working on Destiny can keep your jobs. Bunch of clowns over at Bungie. You want to work on something? Work on your resume, Mr. Comms Manager. As you can see, people are upset. Now, I find this tweet to be very disingenuous. This is the woe is me. By the way, DMG really hasn't posted anything, and out of the fucking blue, we've get this guy. We're always here for feedback, and you post just two pictures, two things. One of them is completely fair. I like the radio silence, which is exactly what's happening. Endorsing a whole other game, which is what he has done. Respectfully, I hope Marathon gets the Destiny treatment, and that's fair. I think nothing about this is unfair. If you think this is unfair or unreasonable, or you think this is upsetting, you might be a pussy. I'm just gonna say it. Like, no respect to you. No one should respect you if you think that this is unreasonable. It is absolutely realistic that you call out this shit, because they have been silent for months. They have been endorsing Marathon while Destiny has been floundering and suffering. And if someone wants it, hey, you know what? I hope Marathon gets the same treatment. You're gonna shit on my pie. I hope someone shits on yours. Very, very reasonable. Yeah. This one right here, this one's far more aggressive. But honestly, it's a lot more tame, because guess what? Even I hope at Bungie people get laid off at Bungie. Now, I hope the right people get laid off at Bungie, but I have no control over that. But I absolutely think that we need to see layoffs, and they need to get what they fucking deserve. I also think it is a bunch of bullshit, because that's what Bungie has always said. We're working on this. We're doing this. This happens. This is not, see, the thing about this is not a situation where it's like Digital Extremes, right? Sure, Digital Extremes has messed up and done things that they've made mistakes with Warframe, right? But overall, they have fostered a community of respect and kindness. And again, there are definitely the bad apples in the community. You see it everywhere. But overall, that community is very strong, committed. They love the developers. The developers love them. There is a very strong sense of respect that they have cultivated. Bungie has not cultivated that. Bungie has cultivated a community of lies, disrespect, deceit. They've stolen, not only just vaulting content, and that is stealing, but they've also straight up stole content from like artists, right? There's years, a laundry list of years. A perfect example, they lied about Iron Banner getting new armor and weapons, and yet instead of that, they gave us reskinned Season 2 armor, and the armor that would have been us, that was shown on ArtStation with the Iron Banner, instead, that was put as a paid, cosmetic. And then quickly, when people came out and talked about it, that ArtStation was scrubbed. Yeah. But Bungie is innocent. They don't deserve any kind of backlash. You get what you fucking deserve. You cultivate a disrespectful, you treat your community with disrespect. You treat them like shit. You cultivate a community that is also shit. You get what you fucking deserve. I have no empathy for Bungie. I would have empathy for like Santa Monica or like Digital Extremes because they wouldn't have done anything to that needed it. But this is what you have cultivated. This seems like pity me, woe is me. I am sympathy baiting. People are upset, and so I'm going to put this out to try to make it seem like people are unreasonable. No, what's unreasonable is that you think this is unreasonable. And let's just say there's a lot of people running to bat saying, oh, people shouldn't be saying stuff like this. Grow the fuck up. This is your job. You don't like it, quit. I think DMG should quit his job. If he thinks this is a problem, he can't handle it, he doesn't have a spine, quit your fucking job. You are the mouthpiece, you are the representative, you are the one that takes the grievances and the praise, you take all the shit and you deliver it to the company or whoever in the company because no one else is taking it. No one else, that is your job. That is your job to do. If you don't like dealing with shit, don't be a plumber. Don't be a janitor. That might not be something that you always deal with, but at some point, you will deal with shit. So don't be in a profession that is going to put you in a situation you don't want to be in. Unless it's death threats or someone showing up at your building and berating you, grow a fucking spine. I expected worse. This is tame. This is reasonable right here. And of course, the Destiny community coming to bat, especially content creators trying to make it seem like it's unreasonable. Again, you get what you deserve. When you cultivate a community that is literally falling apart, when you create a service. And by the way, something to note about this whole situation, people are upset. It's one thing if Bungie said, hey, we are discontinuing the service like Halo Infinite. This is it. We're doing last update, call it a day. Bungie is consistently adding microtransactions to Destiny. They're making you pay for expansions. They're making you pay for all this shit. They are cranking out monetary value into the game that they want you to spend on. If you're going to do that, then you also need to provide the service that comes with that. It is a live service game, not a live shop. It's not Amazon.com. It is a video game that demands service. And they have not been servicing it. They have been neglecting it. In fact, all the updates, Guardian games not functioning, Iron Banner not functioning, and they said that they can't fix it until June. Before that, the Arms Day event, the currency wasn't fucking working. So you couldn't even do the main thing. Hell, I don't even know the Dawning was working. There's so many things that have gone wrong recently with Destiny that isn't anything that's overly, big or massive updates. None of that happened. It was just regular events that weren't even updated. Except for Guardian games. They did update to the tier system. And the game's breaking. The service is actually worse. That's the funny thing. The live service that they're providing is actually worse because things aren't working. And they're not working at the bare minimum. So this whole perception that it's unreasonable, that no, you get what you deserve. And any of these content creators, Destiny players deserve nothing. No, Bungie deserves nothing. They deserve nothing at all. Bungie does not. The thing is, people think that Bungie deserves money. They deserve positivity. They deserve. Fuck no, you don't. You want it. You need to earn it. This is a business. This isn't a charity. This isn't everyone singing Kumbaya by the fucking campfire. They are providing a business service. You don't go to a store and they don't give you good service and expect you to be reasonable. You don't you don't deliver food and to be half cooked and expect people to be accepting of that and to be reasonable. They're going to complain. They're going to criticize. And if your response is to, we'll get to making your food better in a couple months, guess what? People are going to get a little upset and a little unhinged. Granted, I think one's the more unhinged one. This one's more reasonable. I wish people could decouple their justifiable frustration toward the state of the game from the way they treat you. I'm frustrated at Destiny right now, and although I'm praying y'all figure it out soon, I wouldn't dream of you or anyone else like shit because of whatever. I stopped caring after it. You can tell when I just disconnect with what's being said because I'm like, it's bullshit. I'm gonna keep it real. I see people on here, creators too, throwing tantrums over frustrations, inconveniences, so quick to dehumanize and condescend people because you're upset. Grow up and do better. No, what's dehumanizing is the fact that people are consumers and are upset and trying to make this seem like this one's more unhinged. We can agree this one's a little more unhinged, but this one's fair. Like, this shit's very fucking fair. This is probably some of the fairest criticism you can put out there. Destiny players support Bungie through the worst and dumbest decisions they made for their game. All the backtracks they had done, Destiny community deserves a hell of a lot more than what they're getting. True. Is harassing community managers the right thing to do? Never. One might be, I consider that you consider this, because it's directly stating you keep your jobs, and he's saying Mr. Comms manager. Like, this one's definitely more harassment. This is not. If you think this is harassment, you might be a pussy. These are certainly the toughest of days for the Destiny community collectively. It's unfortunate that people all often don't care, understand that the words they speak, type, carry weight. Also, if anyone is in the corner of the players, it's you. Well, if it carries weight, then they would actually fucking listen. Again, you're talking about this. Again, if it's digital extremes, it'd be more unhinged. But we're talking about a company that's constantly said, we're listening to you. We're needing to build trust. Hell, DMG has tried gaslighting the community before. Even trying to take the community frustration of, we're listening to you, and make it into a meme. Like, no, bitch, you don't get to do that. You're not one of us. You don't get to make a joke out of that. You're in the Bungie corner. Shut the fuck up. Like, that's one of those criticisms people can say, right? This is one of those things that's not harassment. We could be honest about it. Shut the fuck up. You don't get to take the frustration of the community and the things that you say that upset people and turn it into a meme. You don't get to do that. We can, you don't. Regardless of the amount of frustration, messages like these are not okay. Some people have no empathy whatsoever. No, I have no empathy for someone who puts themselves in the position. Here's another thing. I have no empathy. More so, I would more empathy for people at digital streams, or hell, I would say even Project CD Red with the whole situation with Cyberpunk, right? I would feel bad for them. I do not feel bad for DMG. You do not go to work for one of the most hated gaming companies in the world in a position where you are going to be in the spotlight of all forms of criticism and expect me to have empathy for you. You don't put yourself in the crossfire and expect me to be like, oh man, that's really unfortunate. You put yourself there. You're standing in the middle. It's like some dumbass jumping into a firing range and getting shot. Oh man, I'm so sorry you got shot. No, bitch. Why were you in the firing range? You know people are shooting guns. Are you fucking retarded? Like, it's like, I have no empathy for you. You chose that. Sorry you've had to deal with people writing aggressive feedback. Glad to hear the community frustrations are understood. Sure they are. You're a jackass if you think this second comment is valid. I think it's a little aggressive, but I think it is valid for the context that Bungie gets what they deserve. If we were talking about that towards like digital extremes, it's unhinged and isn't deserved. This is Bungie. They deserve any kind of criticism that isn't a death threat. I'm pretty sad about that too. I assume there's probably a deeper reason they haven't spoken on it, either because of upper management saying to wait, or worst case scenario, or the best case scenario, they're making Destiny 3. That's cope. At this point, most people have to learn to move on. Frustrations are understood. Destiny 2 went down a very weird series of downward spiral decisions that were probably no bouncing back from. No need for personal tax over it, though. Sorry you have to go through this, but people got to learn to either move on and come back in June or never come back. It's a video game. No reason to throw a fit. No. So, again, Matt Goes Buck is a qualified retard. You do not run a service and not provide a service. You do not continue to put financial expectations in a game and not expect people to get, want actual service out of it. They are obviously putting more ways to make money into the game. And if they try to put another expansion into the game, then the expectation is that they cater and provide the service as a bare minimum. It's a business. This isn't sing Kumbaya by the fire. This isn't hopes and dreams. This isn't a charity. Bungie's not running a charity. They're running a business. And if you are going to run a business, you're going to run a product, then you need to treat your consumers with respect. People haven't, the difference is if this was a free-to-play game, it'd be easier to walk away from for most people. But there are people, luckily, I've walked away and called it good, but I'm still going to call out because I definitely hate seeing the franchise that I love being shit on. I would love a Destiny 3, but I have no faith that Bungie could do it. I know this is necessary, yada, yada. Oh, wait, I didn't read that one. But nobody could pay me enough to go back to leading comms on a big live service. See, this is why I have no empathy for DMG or anyone who thinks that DMG deserves empathy. People who know, who can't handle it, who don't have a spine, a backbone, who aren't willing to be in the shooting range, they've left. And there's no way that you work for Bungie and not know that you are going to have the biggest targets on your back. Metaphorically, we're not talking about actual targets on your back. Don't be a psychotic douchebag and threaten people. It's kind of depressing how much people will lash out at everyone working on a game because they're too afraid of change and can't let go of it. Games aren't supposed to fucking go on for your entire damn lives. Grow up and move on. Again, if you're willing to continue to crank out ways for your game to make money, then you need to crank out ways for people to enjoy and play your game. You need to consistently put up like service into your game. If the only service that you do to your game is the microtransactions, you're in the wrong. I don't know why we always have to say things like their frustrations are justified. I don't think anyone who isn't a troll or unreasonable is saying the contrary. I feel like they're already discussing the root cause of the frustrations themselves. This just seems two-faced, even if it's genuine. I think the whole D2 crew should just remain silent unless discussing actual executable items. Everyone's just tired of the cloud and smoke. Yeah, like this is such bullshit. Like I think DMG is the issue here, not the post. I think DMG should just shut the fuck up because it seems like you're trying to farm sympathy or empathy. Shut the fuck up. 90 these people, you have like 10 dudes on Twitter that are content creators like, bro, we hear you, we're so sad, while you have millions of people that are saying, shut the fuck up, you literally did this to yourself. It's time to put the fries in the bag. I don't care how upset you are of the state of the game. You never go after the comms manager, ever. Especially DMG, who has been vocal for years with the D2 community. Yeah, gaslighting people, making jokes of situations. If he has nothing to give us, that's not his fault. That's a failure, honestly. No, but the thing is, people think just because he doesn't give information that people should be quiet, that's his job. It is his job to receive the grievances of the consumer. That's your job of the community manager. You listen to the community. Remember, people make games. Well, apparently Bungie doesn't. Not Destiny-wise. Apparently they don't. Bungie was mismanaged for a long time under Pete Parsons. What's going on in Destiny 2 isn't on the people. It's still there. They're just trying to make the best of it. No. How fucking retarded are you? People are so fucking retarded because they think that the whole situation is because of Pete Parsons. No, the cancer is still there. People don't realize that there are other managers in that game. Fucking Justin Truman, one of them, Mr. Over Delivery, my ass, which, by the way, that has aged like fucking fine wine. People are like, he didn't mean that. Man, I love Maddox saying that Justin Truman is misunderstood. That's not what he meant. And yet it actually is what he meant, because the service has been under delivery. They have not over delivered since Into the Light. What would you rather have? Bad content every week or good content long term? I think the thing is, it's funny that you say this, because Marathon is getting immediate service and quick comps, whereas nothing's happening in Destiny. And I don't want to hear the excuse of, well, it's easier to do Marathon. Why is it so easy to tell people, hey, we're going to work on changing the meta? Or let's just talk about it. Iron Banner, they said they couldn't tweak the drop rate of one gun. You're telling me it takes 2 months to change the drop rate of one fucking gun? I'm gonna hit it with it.
Oh, baby, a triple! Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, Destiny players deserve nothing. Honestly, Destiny players deserve everything. They deserve an entire free expansion. You know, I'm gonna be honest. If Bungie wants to start building trust and say they're listening, they need to release an entire expansion for free to the Destiny community. That's right. Go 100% free to play. Mm-hmm. I would rather, you know what, fill up the microtransaction store as put 30 new skins, but make the whole expansion an actual expansion like Witch Queen, and make it free. And you know what? We're cooking. Look, man, I get it's tough being community manager for Destiny right now, but at the same time, it's hard for me to feel bad. Like, I really want to, but I just don't. You made this bed, man. All you at Bungie made the bed. Now you have to lay in it. Sorry. 100%. Exactly. Is this the current situation with D2 frustrating? Yes. The feedback and criticism are also extremely valid. However, that does not give this community the right to behave this way. To other creators, if your community is acting like this, you better be better and hold. What the? Sure, you could be upset about this one. I still think it's funny if people think this is unreasonable. Again, I like to believe that you are these are people that think this is an issue are the same people who are upset about someone trash talking on the mic. Like, I miss the days of 2000 where people weren't such pussies. So, like the people you screenshotted have a small understanding of how things work, but your company doesn't really do anything to clear up the confusion. But also your community is wasting everyone's time. If it's time to move on from Destiny, we should know it if it's time. Exactly. If it comes out in a couple of months that they're discontinuing Destiny 2 services, that only confirms that Bungie is trying to pull along as much resources as possible from Destiny 2 before they announce that, okay, it's done. We're not updating it anymore. We're moving on. If they do that, it's very deceiving. Again, very deceptive. Because they know what they're doing. Most companies won't announce it because they know people will stop playing it. Granted, they're already stopped playing it, but they might be trying to pull people back in with the June update. We'll see. Either way, it's not hard to just come out and state whether or not there's a future Destiny 2 or not. It's also not hard to come out and state, hey, this is the plans for the future. Why they're intentionally waiting, and they do this with Marathon where they immediately say what the future plans are, whereas you have to wait 2 months to get any idea of what's going to happen to Destiny 2. Again, we're not talking about Digital Extremes. We're not talking about some other company that this is unwarranted. We're talking about Bungie that continues to drag its community through the mud. My advice to this crybabies, stop it. Well, how about you? Maybe grow a pair instead of whining with your vagina. Completely understand people's intense frustration with the state of Destiny at the moment, but piling onto someone who has no authoritative decision. No, he is the community manager. That is his job. Doesn't help when the fun glitches get patched in 20 minutes, but fixing anything else takes weeks, months, thus feeding into the we hate our gamers having fun narrative. True. For what it's worth, anger, apathy. What would be far worse would be players not engaging or not caring, not saying anything. When it reaches the point, it's over. Anger is not ideal, but it shows people still care about Destiny right now, and that's the most important thing. Dude, at this point, I'm making fun of Bungie. At this point, it's not even apathy. It's just making fun of them. Whether you like DMG or not, at the end of the day, we all want the same thing. We just want these games to succeed. Well, no. Bungie wants money. We want the service that we paid for. We are not on the same page. Do not put Bungie and the gamers in the same page. That's not. Bungie just wants your money. They don't give a shit how, and they'll give you whatever service they can give in order to get your money, versus gamers that want a good service. I understand people give you a lot of shit, me included, but you also have to understand that when Bungie's actions are the portal, Iron Banner, and 3-month delay, it frustrates and demoralizes everyone who are waiting for things to be fixed while Marathon gets the spotlight. Exactly. Dude, doesn't that bastard ever change at all? Wow. Again, not thinking about his own faults and just opening his mouth to get chewed out. Preserving that tweet like, please curse out this bastard for me. Hee. Just fuck 04. It's translated from Korean. Maybe it's not as aggressive in Korean. Like, I'm calling out that it's his job and he should either quit his job if he doesn't like it. But we can all agree, like, this is a perfect example of this is where it gets, it's just straight harassment. We're not even talking about the game. We're not even talking about Bungie. You were just like, I'm wondering if it's just the translation that makes it sound fucking aggressive. I just want to know if it's aggressive. Okay. We really don't deserve DMG. No, we don't. He should quit his job and go somewhere else. We just want Destiny 3 at this point. Not from Bungie. I don't. There are some people behind the game you love. Well, apparently not many of them, because half the team is a Marathon now. So, and the other half, the people that made the game I loved have left the company. So let's be honest. Some of the biggest names that made Destiny have left the company. There's not much love there. We appreciate what little you can give us. The bozos are going to do what bozos do. And retards are going to be retards. Players should get transparency and communication. Exactly. It's disappointing to see much vitriol directed at DMG. Well, that's because that's his job. He gets all the feedback. Imagine that. Unhappy people always try to create more unhappy people. You are not your jobs. No, but consumers have a right to be upset when their service is ass. Agreed here. Now, there's like, again, it's different if someone messes up your food and you're like, hey, can I, you're going to be trying to be reasonable. Hey, you're going to give people the opportunity to fix their situations. But imagine if you sent the food back 50 times and by the 51st time, you're like, okay, listen here, fucker. This is the 51st time I've sent your shit. You're not going to give me my money back. It's obviously not going to give me my money back. Give me the damn service I paid for. Stop giving me your loose lips bullshit. Like, oh, you're listening to me. You're like, that's the difference, right? I think if Bungie made it to where people could get a refund on their money, they would go bankrupt. That's how quick people would leave Destiny and the Bungie community in a heartbeat. They would go bankrupt. I'm truly sorry you guys have to put up with this type of bullshit. It's not called for. Even in frustration, there are clearly calmer ways to express those feelings. So here's the thing. When you've spent years being calm, being logical, at some point, people stop giving a shit because Bungie doesn't give a shit. When you've heard, we're listening, we need to build trust, and you've heard it for years and years and years and years. Well, obviously being nice doesn't get things across. And so you get what you fucking deserve. If people start being assholes to you, you deserve it because you didn't do fucking anything. Marathon is a fantastic game. As a veteran Destiny player, I'm loving Marathon. Everything about it feels modern. Okay. Yeah. What? Wrong post, bro. Too many people view games as a pure product versus art form. Can I just say something? I think that people that try to see games as an art form are fucking retarded, and I hope they never have children. You take your tree-hugging bullshit somewhere else. People are selling a fucking product and a service. Shut the fuck up. I would rather deal with people who are literally fondling the balls of Bungie than people that try to make the argument that games are an art form and try to use that as some argument that you can't be upset about something. Shut the fuck up. Go hug a tree. Look, I'm one of the first people that will criticize Destiny 2 in the state it's in. It's okay to be disappointed or critical, but it's not okay to make personal and go, like I said, not personal. It's a little personal. The Korean one was definitely personal. There was nothing about the game or Bungie itself. It's different for me to fathom another product that gamers such venom that some of its own customers who still consume it openly wish for its demise. Most consumers just move on from products they don't like anymore, something more satisfying. Well, see, here's the deal. Imagine that there's a difference from one-time consumption and you've consistently bought a product and you've dealt with the franchise that you're buying these products and it's great. And then the quality goes down. You're like, okay. And now they're no longer providing the service that they offered you. And you can't get your money back for all the stuff that you bought. And you would like to step away. It's like buying a new car and it runs like shit. You take that thing to get serviced and they take whatever time it does and months go by and it still runs like shit. Well, now you're out of warranty. Now you can't return it. It's out of whatever bullshit, you only a certain amount of days. You're on your own. Sorry. Respect. Can't imagine the hate you get. I can. It's well deserved. I'm coming from the same place. I generally think this game is the only thing that these people have going on for them. Like, I was a passionate player since the D1 beta, but I finally took off the ramp when I saw it. Only D3 could bring me back now. I think you could listen. I play other games and having a great time, but I'm still going to be critical for them taking something that I consumed, I played a lot with, I gave through money at, I have fantastic memories, and Bungie took a shit on that. It's like if Bungie showed up at your family gathering and took a shit on the birthday cake. Well, fuck you. With respect, there's no level of frustration whatsoever that justifies this. Fuck off. I just made a video talking about this. Brother, just know this. I haven't woken up at 6 a.m. to play video games since Gears of War 3. Marathon has made me dust off. Why are we circle jerking about Marathon? Bring feedback, even passionately, is okay. Being toxic is not. Fingers crossed for a happier Destiny future. That's what we say, cope, brother. It's crazy. The amount of people that are circle jerking, it just goes to show that people are willing to let Bungie just walk all over them. Like this post is filled with Bungie ball fondlers because they have no sense of respect for themselves They're willing to give Bungie, completely wipe away the fact that Bungie has earned this grievances that they're getting. They have cultivated this community of frustration and disrespect. And at the end of the day, this is his fucking job to hear the shit. Again, the one we talked about, the green one, was not beneficial whatsoever. This one's a little over the top, but you know, there's still feedback. People are upset because you keep saying bullshit. It's true. And the whole, we're working on Destiny. It's, again, this, you know what this translate onto? We're working on Destiny. This is, we hear you. We need to build trust. It's the same language. You could replace the statement and it would be the same kind of frustration. You get what you fucking deserve. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to feel sorry for you. I'm not going to be empathetic because you don't deserve it. I'll be empathetic to Digital Extremes, Santa Monica. I'll be more empathetic to other studios that don't take a shit on their consumer's face. And if you don't understand that, you might just be a retard. I'll see you in the next one. As always, game out.